Sub for Bears Dubs. It's never a bad day when your favorite team wins, as the Bears absolutely crush the New York Giants in Week 17 to improve to 6-10 on the year. Hit that subscribe button. Winning never gets old. YouTube.com/Bears Now. We'll react to this one, plus talk about Matt Nagy's future during this postgame show. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. You guys are watching Chicago Bears Now, just moments after a win over the New York Giants, 29-3 in Week 17 of the NFL season. And 29-3 kind of tells it all. This was a dominant performance by Chicago against just a piss-poor Giants team, if we're being honest. We'll talk about Mike Glennon. God, he was awful. Andy Dalton got the start. He was fine, 18-35. 173 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. David Montgomery had a couple of touchdowns rushing as well, as the Bears were able to take care of business against the New York Giants in Week 17 of the NFL season to win it 29-3 to improve to 6-10. Giants fall to 4-12. Remember, the Giants will get the Bears' first-round pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. All right, let's hear it. What is your one-word reaction to the Bears' win against the New York Giants? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. One-word reaction to this Bears win over the Giants. I want to hear it from you guys right now down in the comments. Give me that one-word reaction. The Giants are horrendous. I mean, they're a terrible, terrible football team, if we are being completely honest. So, look, it's cool to win. It's never a bad thing if you win, but we think the Bears are bad. My God, the Giants are bad. And never forget when Ryan Pace paid Mike Glennon, this is what he did today. 4 for 11, 24 yards, 2 picks, and a QB rating of 5.3. If you spike the ball on every play as a quarterback, your rating is 39. He only had a 5.3. Mike Glennon is awful. The Giants were literally scared to let Glennon throw the football. How many passing attempts in the first half? 2? 1 for 2 in the first half, Producer Marsh? Just an absolute disgrace is Mike Glennon. He is terrible. The Bears gave him $18 million guaranteed, $45 million in total, and just unreal. Just absolutely unreal how bad he is at the end of the day. That being said, the Bears defense does deserve credit. Only gave up 151 yards. Kind of got gashed on the ground. Shout out Saquon Barkley, his first 100-yard game in quite a while. Negative 10 net passing yards for the Giants offense when you factor in sacks. Just ridiculous. Only converted once on 3rd or 4th down to the Giants. You get 4 takeaways if you're the Bears defense. So defense keeps playing, man. They keep playing. And Travis Gibson had a monster game. 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. He was tremendous. He was absolutely awesome in this game. 6.5 sacks on the year now for the second-year player. That's really, really well done for him. I think he's a building block moving forward for this Bears football team. And I think that keep playing hard, the defense keeps doing that. It's a good thing. You don't want to coast into the offseason. You have guys with a lot to play for. Travis Gibson is a young player in this league. You don't think he wants to be a starter next year potentially? So good for him. Good for him playing hard. Also, we got to shout out our boy Robert Quinn. He had a sack, his 18th of the year. He passes Richard Dent's single-season Bears record of 17.5. He now has 18. Round of applause to Robert Quinn. The year he's had, I know it's in a lost season for the Bears, but unbelievable. I think he should get some DPOY consideration, Defensive Player of the Year. And I don't know if he will or not, but he's been awesome. 18 sacks. Who thought that would happen after Khalil Mack got hurt as well? You figure teams would double team him. Hasn't mattered. He's been absolutely tremendous. So good for Robert Quinn. He's been absolutely unbelievable. Type congrats in the chat for Robert Quinn, because congratulations are in order. When you have an 18-sack season, that's just ridiculous. He had a 19-sack season earlier in his career with the Rams. He'll have an opportunity to get to 19, maybe even 20 next week when the Bears take on the Vikings in Week 18. But, man, Robert Quinn, he deserves a ton of credit. So type congrats down in the comments to shout out number 94. BetUS is our sportsbook partner here at Chicago Bears Now. And if you want to go bet on this game, go to chatsports.com/Bears. Use our promo code BEARDOWN. That's promo code BEARDOWN at chatsports.com/Bears. Put down $100, get $125 for free. Make some money all season long. Go to chatsports.com/Bears. Promo code BEARDOWN. Talk about the Bears offense a little bit. Andy Dalton got the start, which was a bit puzzling. We thought, well, if Fields is healthy, he'll start. He wasn't healthy enough. He was inactive. Oh, well, what about Nick Foles? He played well last week. Nope, Andy Dalton, go back to him. 18 of 35, 173 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. He was fine. I mean, it was windy. It was snowy. He obviously was way more effective than Mike Glennon, who was just – I can't explain how bad Mike Glennon is. 249 total for the Bears offense, 162 passing, 87 rushing, 8 of 19 on the key downs, which is fine. A couple of turnovers. But all in all, the Bears did a nice job. David Montgomery, 22 carries, 64 yards. Monty had a couple of touchdowns here. The yards per carry, not great, but he found the end zone a couple of times, continues to have a pretty solid season overall. So the offense was the offense. The defense set it up all day. We all know that. I don't really have any takeaways for this Bears offense today. 29 points is nice, but when you get 14 from the defense basically to start the game, it's a lot easier. Who deserves the game ball today? Who am I giving this bad boy to? You want the pigskin? Bears fans for hanging with us? I think you guys deserve it. How about Robert Quinn? You break a franchise record, that's meaningful. Those things matter even in a year where your team's not going to make the playoffs. So Robert Quinn, I'm going to hand you the game ball. Congratulations. Salute on a hell of a season for the Bears. All right, let's talk about Matt Nagy. So is Matt Nagy out? I think we all think he is. Ian Rapoport dropped, I'll call it a loose report early this morning, saying based on what he's hearing, the expectation is that after next week's game against the Vikings, he will not return. So that likely means he'll coach next week. It'll be business as usual during the week for Week 18, and then that'll be it. They'll part ways, and that'll be it. In my opinion, keeping Nagy's out of the question at this point, even though the Bears might win 3 in a row to finish the season. Nothing's official, but Nagy's gone. I think we all know that. I think Matt Nagy knows that. Maybe he hasn't been told that officially, but he's not a dumb guy. I don't think Matt Nagy will return. Now, these final games are important for him to finish this thing the right way, get some wins, and try to help his resume as he gets a coordinator job potentially for next season. But I think it's pretty clear that Matt Nagy will not return. You look at his overall tenure, it's just the regression, man. He wins Coach of the Year. They have a hell of a year in 2018, and it just hasn't been able to repeat since then. A pair of 8-8 years, 6-10 this year. His guys keep playing hard for the most part, so that's admirable. But all in all, his tenure just hasn't gone the way Bears ownership, front office, and obviously fans have wanted after that 12-4 start. So that's obviously disappointed, but certainly looks like Matt Nagy will be out after Week 18. And once that's official, we'll have you guys covered. Who should be the next Bears head coach? We've talked about a lot of candidates over the past couple of months, so I want to know who should be the Bears' next head coach. Get your votes in down in the comments. Dream guy is Sean Payton, but hey, you never know how these things are going to play out. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you want as the Bears' next head coach? All right, as soon as Nagy gets fired, we'll have you guys covered. We'll be going live, youtube.com/Bears Now. We'll have the latest Chicago Bears news, rumors, free agency, draft coverage heating up with the offseason almost here, just about a week away for the Bears, as they will not be in the playoffs. So hit that subscribe button and join the movement here at Chicago Bears Now. But if nothing else, Bears pick up another win, 29-3, to improve to 6-10 on the year. One more game to go. We'll have one more watch party next week when the Bears take on the Vikings, and then it'll be offseason time, and changes will be coming. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Follow me on IG at HGramNFL. It's at HGramNFL. More Bears news and notes over there. You can slide in the DMs. We can chop it up all the time. I'm always responding to you guys. Want to do an IG Live soon? I will let you know when that's going to happen. But in the meantime, follow me and stay tuned for that. It's at HGramNFL.